Let's talk about that man who flew this gyrocopter through highly restricted airspace here in the nation's capital. Actually landed on the lawn of the U.S. Capitol, not very far from where you are right now. There are a lot of security questions. You would think an incident like this couldn't happen in Washington. Since 9/11, there have been anti-aircraft missile systems all around the city, as you know. What does this say about U.S. ability to counter? I mean, fortunately, this guy wanted to just make a political statement about campaign fundraising, but if he had been a terrorist, it could have been a disaster.
Sure. I mean, let's face it, there are vulnerabilities. I'm certainly launching at least a preliminary investigation, talking to the agencies. I want to understand the protocols. I want to understand the decisions that were made. I mean, in hindsight, we're talking about hindsight. I'm glad we didn't take this gyrocopter out of the air because in the end, all's well that ends well. But we need to prosecute this individual. I need to find out exactly, like I say, what those protocols are, what those decisions were, and we've got to do what we can to try and strengthen our defenses.
He was literally, we're told, flying underneath, below the radar, the radar capability of what's going on. And arguably the most restricted airspace in the United States between the White House, the Mall, and Capitol Hill. I guess they're going to have to come up with some new technology, right?
Well, again, what I don't want to talk about is what our exact capabilities are. We don't want people to fully know that. I am concerned about some, a stunt like this inspiring other type of action. But this is very concerning. There's no doubt about it. That's why, I am starting to talk to these agencies. I'm going to do my own preliminary investigation. I'm not sure we're going to hold hearings on this because, again, in the end, don't necessarily want to reveal everything that we are doing around the Capitol. But in hindsight, I'm glad we didn't take this guy out because what we need to do is prosecute him, set a very strong example. We don't want any more stunts like this so that when we do take action, we're only taking out action against people that are really trying to do us real harm.
Yeah, because I agree. This guy is lucky to be alive right now. U.S. Capitol Police, they could have easily shot him as he was coming. They didn't know he had a box full of letters to be delivered to members of Congress. He could have had explosives. He could have had weapons or whatever. So he is obviously a very lucky man right now to be alive. Senator, thanks very much for joining us.